Thank you. One of the most fundamental elements of participation in the practice of sport is the negation of any unfair or false competitive advantage. The champion emerges as a function of skill, training effort, and resolve to persevere to the finish. As sport has evolved through human history, various steps have been taken, especially at the pinnacle levels, to better control efforts towards unfair, false competition advantage. Rigorous protocols assure that no gambling is going to interfere with the rightful outcome of a contest. Rigorous protocols assure that no artificial substances give advantages in the preparation of the athlete for the games. Some sports have weight classes so that biomechanical and leverage advantages are minimized. Boxing, rowing, weightlifting might be examples. The Paralympic competitions feature multiple categorizations of competitions relating to the varying effects of a host of disabling conditions. After women were allowed to enter the program of the Olympic Games, another fundamental categorization was required: males competing against males and females competing against females. Some scientific findings and our own belief systems structured the gender protocols. Males were viewed as an open category. No proof of male status was necessary. Females, however, have gone through various requirements to prove their femaleness. At differing times, the proofs were invasive and actually disturbing. There have only been one or two times in more than 100 years of Olympic history that a male competed masquerading as a female, and these were in the context of severe militaristic weaponizing of sport as a competition of social systems where medal counts were of extreme importance. Now, however, the environment has taken a dramatic shift. In the first instance, science has found that the determination of maleness and femaleness is not nearly as simple as a pink and blue world, one or the other. Human bodies have emerged with an array of the biogenetic markers of male and female. What first were called disorders of sexual development was later changed to differences in sexual development on the basis that the differences in most instances did not lead to irreparable harm, thus probably calling the condition a disorder was a mistake. In the second instance, some small percentage of individuals experience what is sometimes called being trapped in the wrong body. These individuals, in some instances, may alter their birth gender identity through a transformation. It could be behavioral, could be hormonal, anatomical, biogenetic, or all combined. In what category of sport should these individuals compete? The sport world has already turned itself to managing the dilemma, but the results are dramatically controversial, leaving individuals on all sides frustrated, angry, and dissatisfied. The researchers within WSI have no crystal balls to clearly foresee the future, but we believe that this issue will be a key feature of 22nd century sport, and that what we see now is really only the beginning of a much larger wave of the future. So we are in the very early stages of establishing a task force entitled Sport in the Post-Binary World. I can't share much detail as this task force is still under construction, but the concepts we are now identifying of concern are the following. First, to review all evidence by what means sport policy now controls unfair competitive advantage. Second, what controversies exist in regard to these efforts, especially as regarding transsexuals, intersex individuals, differences of sexual identity in athletes. Third, What are the key scientific evidence bases supporting these various policies? What are the core elements of controversies? What studies and research programs on all sides have been brought into play? What are questions that have not even been addressed as yet? And lastly, what factors, especially involving the Global South, mitigate fair and effective policy and treatment of the athletes so involved? If you're interested at all in this task force, please contact me and my co-chair, Payoshni Mitra, via the WSI website. And thank you for your interest. Thank you. One of the most fundamental elements of participation in the practice of sport is the